Hello and welcome to your weekend edition of LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. A Tennessee Highway Patrol trooper and his family will be honored this Friday with the John L. Martin Award. The award will be presented in honor of Sergeant Joshua Mabe of the Tennessee Highway Patrol, who was killed in a farming accident on June 6th in neighboring Hancock County. Family members will be presented a plaque Friday morning at 10 o'clock inside the Claiborne County Justice Center training room. The presentation will be made by retired District Attorney General Paul Phillips. The public is invited to attend the ceremony. Trooper Mabe is survived by his wife Victoria and 5-year-old daughter Adeline and his parents Kenneth and Velma Mabe. Mabe joined the Highway Patrol after earning an associate's degree from Walters State Community College and a bachelor's degree from Tusculum College. He was the Fall Branch District Trooper of the Year in 2008 when he wrote a total of 1,126 citations, including 29 citations for the violation of child restraint law, which was the highest in the district. He was promoted to sergeant over Granger County shortly before his tragic death. The award is presented by the Wilderness Road Kiwanis Club of Claiborne County and is named in honor of Lee County, Virginia Deputy John L. Martin, who was shot 3 times on November 4, 1988, while checking on a break-in and burglary in progress at the Western Lee County Health Clinic in Ewing. The 14-year veteran and father of 4 died 3 days later. Former posthumous recipients include Tennessee Highway Patrol Trooper Doug Tripp, New Tazewell Police Officer George Brooks, Bell County, Kentucky Canine Officer Sean Percival and his canine dog King, and Union County Officer Andrew Davidson. The Lincoln Memorial University Carter and Moyers School of Education will present the next installment of its Upholding the Constitution lecture series featuring United States Congressman John J. Duncan, Jr. tomorrow, Friday, October 16th. Duncan's presentation is entitled The Constitution Today, The Founding Fathers Would Be Shocked. Duncan currently serves as ranking member of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure's Highways and Transit Committee. The one-day seminar is open to teachers, pre-service educators, students, legal professionals, and law students. The program will take place from 9 to 1:30 in the Business and Education Building on LMU's main campus in Harrogate. Registration opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the seminar is entirely underwritten and provided to participants at no cost. A continental breakfast, lunch, and all printed materials will be included. Registration, though, is required, and for more information, you can contact Sue England at 423-869-6253. Well, on Wednesday, the Lincoln Memorial University Police Department and Harrogate Fire Department work together in providing some very important lessons to the 5th and 6th graders at J. Frank White Academy. Officer Alan Powers and Fire Safety and Prevention Director Jamie Snow gave lessons to the students on the importance of stranger danger and what they are to do if they encounter someone they do not know on campus or even outside of the school. Captain Justin Cupp and firefighters with the Harrogate Fire Department taught the students about what they should do in the case of a house fire and when they should change their batteries and smoke detectors. Firefighter Rusty Patterson dressed out in full fire gear that included putting on his air mask and showing the students what the air tank does and how they use them when fighting fires. After the classroom lessons, the students were taken outside where they were given the opportunity to look at the Harrogate Fire Department's fire trucks and the equipment that is used for the fires. A big thanks goes out to the police department and fire department for providing such important lessons to the students. Coming up on Saturday, the annual Lincoln Memorial University Veterinary Technology Dog Show will take place at the Tex Turner Arena parking lot right here on LMU's main campus. Registration for the entries into the dog show will begin at 11:30 that morning, with the sub-novice obedience category beginning at noon, and the show will begin at 1. The entry fee is $5 for the first class and $2 for all subsequent classes. Classes for the dog show include the costume class, the saddest dog, happiest dog, junior handler, senior dog, obedience, senior handler, best puppy, mixed, hound, herding, toy breed, terrier, sporting, non-sporting, working, and best trick. All dogs must be on a leash and puppies must be 12 weeks old or older. All dogs must also have with them their proof of vaccination. Admission to the dog show is free, and for more information you can contact Laura Newman at 478-662-2443. The next event being held for Breast Cancer Awareness Month is taking place Friday, October 16th at the Pine Mountain State Park Resort. The event is a pink tie masquerade ball. Tickets to the ball are $50 and can be purchased from Elaine Smith, who can be reached at 606-242-1422. All proceeds from the event go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation, and all events that are being held are to raise awareness that early detection saves lives. Annual mammograms are an essential for women, and for women who do not have insurance coverage or mammograms, or for those who have high insurance deductibles, Middlesboro Appalachian Regional Hospital is offering a very special rate of $50 throughout this month. That is the month of October. The cost does include the radiologist report, so be sure you stay with us throughout the month of October because we're going to bring you more great information on how you can help spread the word about breast cancer awareness. The Stories We Tell, The Burdens We Wear is an annual program held for Domestic Violence Awareness Month by the Lincoln Memorial University Office of Counseling. The program will be held from October 19th through October 28th at the Tex Turner Arena parking lot. If you have a story to tell, design a shirt and hang up your burdens. T-shirts can be picked up and dropped off at Avery Hall, Grant Lee, DCOM, 2nd floor, and Mann's 3rd floor. For anyone who wants to design a shirt, remember they are anonymous and you don't have to put your name on them to enter your shirt in the event. There is a t-shirt color code and it includes the following. Green is survivor of domestic violence with an intimate partner or any family violence. White is a survivor of any violence or discrimination based on sexual orientation. Black is a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. Red is a survivor of sexual assault or rape. And pink is your way of sending an encouraging message to a loved one or a survivor. The t-shirts need to be returned by the morning of Monday, October 19th to any of the named locations, and be sure to tune in on Monday as we talk with a team leader right here on campus about the programs that are being offered during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Well, coming up after the break, Adam Haley is going to get you caught up on where you can catch high school football this weekend. That's next on LMU Community TV News Weekend Edition.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
On Monday, the Lady Rail Splitters soccer team hosted Conference Carolina's member Converse College to the LMU Soccer Complex. The last non-conference game of the year turned out to be a struggle and eventually heartbreak for LMU. The Lady Rail Splitters got on the board first in the 36th minute on a goal by Madison Rivard, only to have Converse's Nicole Doolittle score in the 39th minute, and the two would go to the break tied at 1. LMU's Josephine Hedstrom put the Lady Rail Splitters back in the lead in the 59th minute on an unassisted goal. The score stayed 2-1 in the Lady Rail Splitters' favor, and as the clock ticked down within 5 minutes, it looked like LMU would come away with a regional win. Then, in the 89th minute, Converse's Darby Boyd chipped a Emily Berry pass into the net to tie up the game. And about 90 seconds later, disaster struck as LMU tried to clear a loose ball near the net, and a miscommunication led to the ball sliding back into the net once again, this time to give Converse the eventual 3-2 win. With the loss, LMU falls to 3-6-3 on the season. The ladies will travel this weekend, as will the men's soccer team, to Hartsville, South Carolina for a conference match against Coker. The ladies will start at 1 p.m. with the men's scheduled to start at 3:30 p.m. The LMU volleyball team will also be on the road this weekend, as they'll travel to Brevard, North Carolina on Friday to face the Tornadoes, and on Saturday they'll be in Hickory, North Carolina to face Lenore Ryan. Friday's match is set for 7 p.m., while Saturday's match is set for 5 p.m. You can keep up to date with all LMU events online this weekend at LMURailsplitters.com. Now let's take a look at the upcoming high school football games in the tri-state area. In Kentucky, Corbin will travel to Log Mountain to face 6th-ranked Bell County. Both teams looking for a win to position themselves for the postseason. And for Bell County, they're looking to get revenge after losing to the Red Hounds last season in overtime. Middlesboro will be on the road for just the 3rd time this year when they'll travel to face 2nd-ranked Danville. The Admirals have only allowed 87 points this season, which is the 4th fewest in Class 2A. And Pineville will go on the road to Williamsburg to face the Yellow Jackets. The Mountain Lions are looking for their first win over Williamsburg since 2010. In Tennessee, Cumberland Gap will be playing host to Cosby on Thursday night in regional action. The Panthers will be trying to snap a 15-game losing streak, while the Eagles will be playing their 2nd game in 4 days. This will be our Old Town Grill game of the week, and pregame coverage will start at 6 p.m. on 91.3 FM WLMU. Claiborne will be on the road in regional action against Unicoi County. With a loss, Claiborne will be eliminated from the playoffs, while Unicoi County needs a win to stay in the 4th and final playoff spot. Hancock County will be at Cloudland. Cloudland can clinch a regional championship with a win over the Indians. Carnes will travel to Jacksboro to face Campbell County. If the Cougars win, it will set up a date with Oak Ridge in 2 weeks for 2nd place in the region in a home playoff game. Angelica will be on the road to face Sunbright. Both teams need a win for their playoff lives, and the Blue Devils will be looking to snap a 7-game losing streak to the Tigers. In Virginia, the Thomas Walker Pioneers will still be looking for their 2nd win of the season as they'll travel to face Twin Valley. It'll be the first ever meeting between the Pioneers and the Panthers. Now that's all for sports this weekend, but stay tuned. Joseph Lewis and Tyler Rowlett will be here after the break to let you know what movies are being released this weekend and what concerts are happening around the area when we return to LMU Community TV News.
Getting out of the military, I was missing this camaraderie.
It's frustrating when you try and talk to people that don't understand.
I would be talking, but I wasn't there with them. You just feel so alone.
I still had the anger, I still had the addictions, but we didn't talk about that.
Came to a point where it's like, okay, I really need to talk to somebody about this.
Family more or less encouraged me, go to the VA, you're a veteran, see what they can do to help you.
When you have family, friends, when you have the facilities like the VA and the Vet Center, it gives me, it gives others encouragement to keep moving forward.
It's okay to go get help. It's okay to talk to people, because it takes true strength to ask for help.
Talking with other veterans was the best method for learning the roadmap to success.
Hear veterans' real stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Coming to theaters this week is Bridge of Spies, a Cold War thriller directed by movie-making magician Steven Spielberg and written by Matt Charman along with Joel and Ethan Coen, the brilliant brothers responsible for Fargo and No Country for Old Men. Tom Hanks takes center stage as an American attorney tapped by the CIA to aid them on their mission to save a pilot taken captive by the Soviet Union. Alan Alda, Amy Ryan, and Breaking Bad's Jesse Plemons co-star. Also opening this weekend is Crimson Peak, a gothic horror fantasy from the mind of Guillermo del Toro, the endlessly imaginative filmmaker behind Pan's Labyrinth and Pacific Rim. Mia Wasikowska, Jessica Chastain, Tom Hiddleston, and Charlie Hunnam star in this part ghost story, part romance that Stephen King hailed as gorgeous and terrifying, and that the director himself describes as creepy, tense, and full of emotion. Crimson Peak will also be gracing IMAX screens in select venues. And offering a lighter flavor of horror horror this weekend will be Goosebumps, a big screen adaptation of the hugely popular series of children's books penned by R.L. Stine. Jack Black stars as Stine himself, forced to come face to face with his own monstrous creations after his daughter and her friends accidentally unleashed the beast from his long-protected manuscripts. Ken Marino and Bridge of Spies' own Amy Ryan co-star, and the script is written by Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski, a duo responsible for several films directed at younger audiences alongside the terrific biopics Ed Wood, The People vs. Larry Flint, and Man on the Moon. Lastly for this week, and arriving not in theaters but rather on computer screens everywhere, is Beasts of No Nation, a Netflix original written and directed by Cary Fukunaga, the visionary auteur who brought audiences Sin Nombre, 2011's Jane Eyre, and Season 1 of HBO's True Detective. Young actor Abraham Attah makes his debut as a young boy in West Africa who sees his family torn apart by a violent civil war. Left with nowhere to turn, he joins the fight by enlisting with a group of mercenaries led by a brutal and merciless commandant played by Idris Elba. Once again, Bridge of Spies, Crimson Peak, and Goosebumps begin playing nationwide this Friday, October 16th, while Beasts of No Nation will be available to anyone with a Netflix account. And as always, be sure to check your local listings for special Thursday night screenings in the area. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
Hi, I'm Tyler Rowlett for 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV. And here's your concert calendar for the week of October 15th, 2015. Coming Friday, October 16th, to the EKU Center for the Arts in Richmond, Kentucky will be the Beach Boys. Partially due to the recent film Love and Mercy, America has seen a renewed interest in the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson, the film's subject, is considered one of the most innovative songwriters of the 20th century, and their album Pet Sounds is still regarded as one of the best and most important pop albums ever made. So there will sure to be plenty of good vibrations there. Coming Tuesday, October 20th, to the NPAC in Greenville, Tennessee will be Foreigner. Now considered a staple band of classic rock radio, they pack a string of hits that are sure to please. Head Games, Cold as Ice, Jukebox Hero, and many more. It doesn't matter how many times you listen to them, it will always feel like the first time. I'm Tyler Rowlett for 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV, and that's your concert calendar for the week of October 15th, 2015.
And that is going to do it for your weekend edition of LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. For everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley.